All right, welcome back to the layout. Well, sort of. I'm in Long Beach Island on vacation, staying next to a marina, and I figure I'd take some pictures and try to get some ideas for my Bridgeport Harbor. One of the things that I've been asked is how do I model, and certain ways I get colors, and one of the things is I go to a prototype and I take pictures. So right now it's high tide, but tomorrow I'll shoot some more video and I'll show you some different colors that is available to you right from the prototype to assist you in your modeling. So there goes the sunset in Long Beach Island, but in the morning I'll take some more video for you. So I'll see you at the next video. Alright, so if you're modeling a waterfront scene, what I find beneficial is visiting an actual waterfront and looking at the different structures and colors and things to get some ideas for your waterfront scene. So if you look at this retaining wall here, it actually provides protection for the marina. If you look at what it's constructed of, you got wood, steel, and those steel supports there, those walls can be purchased at Scenic Express. You have your the pilings there could be very easily simulated using 1/8 dowels. The board in front of it, in between the steel and the pilings, you can use 1/8 by 16th strip wood. There's some prairie tufts that you can buy through Scenic Express. You also have that steel rebar there. You can use brass wire and regular dirt for the rest. You can also use weathering powders and oils to simulate the rust. So pretty easy structure that you can put on your layout if you want, but this to show you, going visiting the actual prototype will give you some great ideas for your waterfront scene. So I'm going to continue on. We'll find some more stuff that could be useful in your layout. Alright, this is a nice little scene if you're modeling low tide. You can see all the different colors on the pilings. Those could be easily achieved with grimy black, oil washes, and also using some powders if you want. This also was very helpful if you're scratch building a pier. You can see how it's actually constructed. So just taking a look at some of the colors. Very easily replicated using simple paints. Alright, so let's continue on. Alright, here's the other side of the retaining wall, and you can see the colors presented here. You can easily achieve these with simple washes, oils, and acrylics. Now this is a more modern retaining wall, but you can substitute the steel with wood and it will look just as good. Alright, so here's another example of a retaining wall, but what I like about this, it shows you the water staining on the wall, and you can replicate this using grimy black and also using powders for your green algae. So, nice example of using a prototype to model your waterfront scene. Okay, if you're putting rocks in your harbor, this is a perfect example of colors that you can use. Obviously you need your washes, grimy black paint. And when you're done, you're going to need to dry brush it. but just to show you how useful looking at a prototype will help you model your harbor scene. And obviously this is on the beach, but you can still take the same effect and put rocks in your harbor. Using Bragdon weathering powder is the green one. It will help you achieve this look. All right, here's another example of putting rocks in a harbor. You look at the staining, you can still achieve the staining with alcohol in the ink washes, and then dry brush when you're done. And then you can use the Bragdon green powders to achieve the algae look. And you can also put a lighthouse on your layout if you want to. So adding rocks to your harbor scene creates a nice effect and definitely adds some realism. Another look at the colors here you can use. In addition to your grimy black and washes, you can put a little brown in there as well. There's a nice example of a seawall with all the staining as well. All right, another look at some more rocks here with all the different colors. You have browns, blacks, greens. Now here's a nice example of a seawall, combination of seawall and rocks, made out of wood and steel, all types of planking. You can take this scene and put it on your layout pretty easily. There's your ground cover right there, your prairie tufts poking through, strip wood. Using your Bragdon weathering powders, you can replicate that pretty easily. So this is definitely a nice example of what could be put on your layout. Alright, this scene here shows a nice color variation in the water, and also adding various planks on top of the rocks adds a nice touch to your scene. So again, check out the colors. There's also barnacles here you can model as well. Alright, taking another look at this scene at low tide, you can really see all the colors come out with your water line. You know, in addition to your alcohol India ink washes, you can use your oil washes, but you got gray, grimy black, tans, you can use browns, and of course your Bragdon green powders to simulate the algae. But if you look at the seaweed that's attached to the rocks, you can easily use scenic foam, soak it in matte medium, and then attach it to the rocks, and you can actually add more color afterwards. But just taking a look at the prototype, you can really take this scene and put it right in your layout without any issues. Just using simple techniques. Alright, here's another example of adding detail to your seaport scene. Fuel barge and crane. Alright, back at the marina, and one last thing I want to show you is adding variety to your waterfront scene. This particular marina has 3 different types of protection walls. Not everything on your waterfront scene has to be uniform, so by adding variety it makes it more interesting. So if you look at the different colors, again, as I showed you before, think about all the different paints that you may have, oil washes, powders, to recreate that. I'll show you one last thing. You notice here the staining right there, that can be easily replicated with oil paints. So one thing I did learn is layering. If you're going to layer your scene with different colors, use multiple colors. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this video will follow some photographs as well. So I'll see you at the next video, layout video update.